Really, the next story is about Huffington Post. They've really lost it since Ariana Huffington sold her news station or whatever, Huffington Post. It's gotten absolutely ridiculous. I saw my friend Jacob, I don't know if he's still in here, but he used to write for the Huffington Post, and he's like a left-leaning progressive, but he actually did good articles. And they actually stopped employing and letting good left-leaning journalists put articles out there. They like went so far off the fringe, they don't even like good lefties who do good articles. So like Huffington Post completely lost it. Race, religion, gender, like I have 18 cats, I hate myself. Totally bad vibes over there. But what really annoyed me is because I like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm a little bit biased, you know, I like Christmas time. I think Rudolph is a really nice story about perseverance and being the outcast. You know, it's like you're the weirdo in the group, but like you make it anyway and you're special. That's literally what Rudolph is about. It's like he has a weirdo nose and, you know, nobody likes him until they realize that his weirdo nose saves the day and he's the hero. So it's like a beautiful story. If you're the oppressed victim, like the left thinks they are, you could watch that and be like, man, that inspires me. Like, I'm going to go fly, or, you know, I'm going to go work for Santa one day, or whatever. Overall, it's like a story of perseverance and being the outcast. But ridiculous, Huffington Post says that Rudolph is not diverse enough. They have huge diversity problems, and that I don't even know. I couldn't even watch the whole video. It's like, it's reeking with racism and sexism, and it's so bad. And it's just like, what don't you want to ruin, Huffington Post? What sanctity or like thing in culture do you not want to destroy? Like, we had comedy, they're trying to ruin that. We have like Christmas, they're trying to ruin that. When families come together, we have Thanksgiving, they already ruined that. Although I still enjoy myself. You know, genders, man, woman, transgender, people switching, that's cool. But now there's 50 genders, and if you disagree, you're gonna get kicked off Twitter. You're like, okay, all right, this is getting a little weird. And then it's like, no, gender doesn't exist. And you're like, all right, now this is getting pretty weird. And then it's like, you know, like, it's just so strange. I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna fight on the front lines for Christmas. God bless you, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Excuse me. I know you're a fictional character. You can't stand up for yourself, but I will stand up for you. Don't ruin Christmas. Stop ruining Christmas movies. And my takeaway from this before I go on, this is the greatest time maybe in American history. This is the greatest time maybe in human history. And you know how I know this? Because especially in America now, if you were in Libya or you're in Syria or you're in Honduras or somewhere else, I'm not saying everybody, but some people, your question is not, can I wake up today and make up oppression that doesn't really exist because I'm so spoiled, rotten, and privileged? You're like, have real life consequences to deal with. Like Syria, you know, they wake up and they're like, is Al-Qaeda or Al-Nusra, are they gonna like attack my family today? Am I gonna get, you know, attacked by a terrorist attack because the United States and others decided to fund rebels and topple the Syrian regime? You know, in Libya, you're like, here, am I gonna get enslaved? Parts of India, you know, there's a lot of Hindus and Sikhs who say that they're persecuted by extremist radicals all the time. So it's like, there's a lot of things. There's billions of people in the world who don't have access to clean sanitation when it comes to the water system. So you have to ask yourself, how much more privilege could you possibly get if your idea of oppression and your idea of being discriminated against is digging so deep to sitting on a supercomputer, a smartphone, or like a $2,000 Apple computer, drinking a coffee like I do, and then saying, you know what, I'm gonna write an article and make a video about how Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is really sexist and discriminatory. They think that this makes them like the all-being victim, and this makes them like, oh, I'm such a good feminist or an activist. It just makes you look like the biggest loser and the most pathetic phony on the planet. When there's people getting bombed and murdered because of your bad reporting, and you literally think you're like a social justice warrior because you're writing about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This doesn't make you look oppressed. This makes you look privileged. All the privilege that you say have other people. I don't care what gender or race you are. If you have time to sit there and make a video and an article about how you think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is discriminatory, congratulations, you just proved my point. You're living in the golden era of humanity where we have smartphones and cars and Uber Eats, and people will deliver hot delivered food to your door. Like literally it's steaming hot for $15. It's like the greatest time ever. My grandfather had to wear potato sack underwear because they didn't have money. You'll never catch me You'll never catch me sitting here complaining and crying about a video, Christmas movie that you don't even have to watch. It's just so annoying because they think it makes them look good and it makes them look like they care about people, but it really just exposes how ridiculously privileged and spoiled they are and how they are not grateful for anything. It's absolutely insane. Long live Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I will not submit. I will not back down. I will stand up for Rudolph because God knows he can't stand up for himself. He's not really real. Or is he? Who knows?